Welcome to Kwanzaa 2021. Our theme this year is Our Principles, Our Power. Today is day 4, Ujamaa, Cooperative Economics. To build and maintain our own stores, shops, and other businesses, and to profit from them together.
Ujamaa, Cooperative Economics, can be expressed in our form. When I say our, I mean BUFA, Black Urban Farmers Association, that I am a part of. Our purpose is to enlighten the community about healthy foods. We want to address the problem of food deserts, and we want to make available foods that have been grown from the ground without pesticides, that are natural, and so they have health benefits. And along those lines, we want to educate in that field of healthy eating and a lifestyle that is built on healthy eating. We want to create classes that young people can learn, and we want to introduce farming as a means of self-preservation, and provide products and produce for local stores and markets. We've also sponsored farmers markets, making our products available to the community. And where possible, we would even give our foods to those who are in need. So we share with other entities like St. Mary's. So our cooperative economics is not only for our own growth and prosperity, but we want to share it with the community, enabling them to position themselves to prosper through healthy produce and a lifestyle based on healthy produce.
Welcome back. We are going to talk a little bit about one of the critical components of Kwanzaa, which is the Kwanzaa table and the setting of the Kwanzaa table. So first, I want to just talk a little bit about the mazao. So there are several different symbols on the Kwanzaa table. The mazao, meaning crops, is one item. And if you recall, Kwanzaa is based off of the first fruit celebrations from the continent of Africa. They do them in many different countries. And specifically, we want to use fruit crops that are representative, but also, the best crops you can. What you want to do is make sure that you're using these crops. And you can put apples, oranges, whatever types of crops that you want to highlight on your Kwanzaa table. I tend to use sweet potatoes and squash and different fruits. So you can see I normally put this in a basket. This basket that's hand woven, but it doesn't have to be. Some people just place it on the table itself. Additionally, you have the muhindi, and the muhindi here is corn. Typically, you have the number of ears of corn that is on your Kwanzaa table represents the number of children you have in your household. So I, right now, have 2 grandchildren in my household. It is represented with 2 ears of corn. Here, you also have the kinara. And you can see the kinara also has 7 candles. So the kinara means candle holder. The mashumasaba, which is the 7 candles, those are represented here in red, black, and green. And typically the colors, red is representative of the struggle, the blood shed. The black is representative of the people. It is also the unity candle. And green is representative of the earth as well as the future. So typically when you're lighting the candles, for example, you always start with the black candle first, because that is the first day of Kwanzaa for Umoja, unity. And then you go to the red side for the second principle. And then you go to the green side, which would be the third principle. And you keep going all the way until all of them are lit. Here you also have the Kikombe Cha Umoja, which is the unity cup. And the unity cup, typically it would be filled with water here. It is used for the libation that is done during the Kwanzaa ceremony. And you can either symbolically pour it into a plant or take symbolic sips as part of the libation. Additionally, you have the mkeka mat, which you will notice the kinara sits on top of the mkeka. And it really represents the grounding. Typically, the mkeka mat is made with wood, or it has an earth element to it. So you want the kinara to be sitting on something that is earth focused. And then additionally, you can have heritage symbols on your table, like this one. Sometimes I have masks on my table, or other heritage symbols. You also can place books on your Kwanzaa table. And in many cases, you may also have zawadi, which are gifts. And typically gifts can be given for Kwanzaa. We do not focus a lot on gifts. But what happens is when we have small children, a lot of times we want to make sure that they are taken care of and that they enjoy coming. So you can have gifts, the zawadi. Those are items, typically they're books. They don't have to be new books, but they are things that you are giving to your children to help them understand and really focus on the African American experience and those stories that African Americans tell. So when you are celebrating Kwanzaa, make sure that you go through what the table is, what it means. And you can also add things like kente cloth or musical instruments, other things to tell the story. It is a Pan-African story, and Kwanzaa itself, based on the Kuwaiti philosophy, is really a Pan-African celebration. So when you think about Kwanzaa, it is utilizing the Swahili language because that's a Pan-African language. And it's representing colors that Marcus Garvey focused on because it is representative of the entire Pan-African movement that includes Africa and the diaspora of Africa. There are so many people that were impacted through the diaspora. We want to be representative of all. So Kwanzaa is a non-religious holiday, but it does focus on making sure that we are celebrating our culture. So thank you for joining me, and I look forward to seeing you online.
Kwanzaa is absolutely one of the most important holidays of the entire year. You know, it's a time where we can really come together and celebrate just being Black. It's also a time to reflect on the struggle of being Black in America. It's a time where we can really give respect and honor to our elders and our ancestors for the role that they played in that struggle. And I actually like how Kwanzaa falls during the time when we're transitioning to a new year, because not only can we reflect, but we can also look forward to a better tomorrow. The principle that's most significant to me is definitely Ujamaa, which is cooperative economics. You know, the motto is Kwanzaa every day. So throughout the entire year, I try to implement each of the principles in my everyday life, especially Ujamaa. So if there is a business that is Black owned, Black operated, I try to buy from them first. If someone has a service or a product that I can use, I try to go to them first before anyone else, just so I can make sure that I do my part to keep the Black dollar circulating within our community. So Ujamaa is definitely the most significant principle to me. I definitely want to encourage everybody to get out and celebrate Kwanzaa this year. Of course, everybody's had a pretty difficult time the past year and a half or so with the COVID situation and everything. So there's no better time than right now for us to come together as a one Black community and really, really show that unity that we all really need. It's a great time for us to rediscover our purpose as Black people. And, before we are Democrat or Republican, before we are Christian or Muslim, we are Black first, so definitely get out and celebrate Kwanzaa with your family and attend the Kwanzaa celebration. And I think that you'll be better for it.
Don't forget to join us tomorrow at 7 p.m. Pacific. Each day of Kwanzaa, we are broadcasting to you so you can learn a little bit more about it.